Hello, Redemption Gateway. Welcome to Daily Dose Episode 7. My name is Seth. I'm coming to you out of the book of 1 Peter and out of my backyard in Gilbert. The Daily Dose is your daily nudge of Godward vision and a Godward view of history in the midst of a time when we're extremely tempted to adopt a narrow vision, a narrow view of history, and a narrow view of the world around us. What I want us to do as a people is to look at the idea of commitment out of the book of 1 Peter. Think about commitment. When I was 17, I was on a basketball team. At the beginning of the season, I was committed to the team. By the end of the season, I was not committed to the team. I didn't respect the coach, didn't want to follow him, and I was pretty much excited about next season telling him, I'm not trying out for your team. But anyway, that's not the point right now. But by the second round of the playoffs, at the last game of the season, we're down by 3. There's a minute left in the game. I'm sitting on the bench. Coach walks to me, looks me in the eye, says, try to put you on this team because you can shoot threes. Can you make a 3 and get us back in the game? I looked him in the eyes and said, probably not. Anyway, he put someone else in. They missed the shot. Season's over. I was happy, but the coach was mad. Why? Because we were committed to totally different things. I was committed to the season ending and getting on to volleyball season, the sport I actually wanted to play. And he was committed to try and make it to the next round. This idea of commitment or devotion is actually the biblical idea of holiness. Sometimes we think about it's not engaging. Holiness is about withdrawing from the world and keeping ourselves safe and protected. But holiness is actually about action, engagement, the pursuit of justice and righteousness. Hear what it says in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13, preparing your minds for action and being sober-minded. He goes on to quote Isaiah, you shall be holy as I am holy. The Lord is committed to his way and his work. Are we? Because he's inviting us to be so. A lot of times we think that, well, I can't even come close to the Lord's holiness, so I won't try. The Lord knows that. He's not stupid. He knows that you're going to fail and sin and be mixed commitment to the ways of the world and the ways of him. He knows that. He knows that's true for me. He knows that's true for you. But yet he wants us on his team anyway. He's reminding us, you used to be holy to other things. You used to be devoted to other things. Your compassions, verse 14, your passions of your former ignorance. You used to be committed to that thing. But remember, you've been ransomed away from the futile ways which you inherited from your fathers, verse 18. But now, instead of being committed to those ways of living, you can now be committed to the Lord's way, preparing your minds for action. Be holy. Holiness is about engagement. It's pursuit of the Lord's work in the Lord's way. And I want us to, as Redemption Gateway, to reflect on the fact, what are we actually committed to? Because times like this reveal in our hearts our mixed commitments, our mixed loyalties, our mixed devotions. Have you considered the fact that even though you are going to be miserable at this, the Lord wants you on his team. He wants you representing him to the world, and he wants you to be an image of grace and holiness to the neighbors around you. What does preparing your minds for action look like in your neighborhood this week? Let's be about the Lord's work in the Lord's way. Have a great rest of your day, Redemption Gateway.